You don't take 2 days to pleasure yourself. That's like literally impossible. So after you pleasure yourself, delete it.
Hi everyone, I'm Zeki and I'm 24 this year.
Hi everyone, I'm Pintia and I'm 24 this year also.
Hi, I'm Jovan. I'm 26 years old this year.
Hi everyone, my name is Beverly. I'm 22 this year. So my friend Shirin and I co-founded the platform Not a Dating App.
Hi everyone, my name is Shireen and I'm 22 this year. So Not a Dating App is essentially a dating platform where you pick a date activity and then you're matched with the person. So we're sort of reverse engineering the dating process.
Sexting can replace sex.
I think sexting essentially is a different way of sex. Like personally for me, I think, like curating that picture, getting the perfect angle, like curating the right thing to say is too mafan. So for me, by the time all that is done, I lose the mood already.
I think sexting can be a good filler, especially for like long distance relationships. But a filler doesn't mean that it can replace, because the experience is very different. One is like you're reading a text or you're looking at a picture or video. The other one is like actual physical intimacy.
But would you agree in both scenarios, the physical sensation of like being turned on is something that is common in both contexts?
To me, I feel like the turn on is a bit different also. It's like the sexting part turns you on because it makes you yearn for the actual thing. Because at the end of the day, you're still wanting sex instead of just sexting.
So you're
But
saying
yeah,
it's not like sustainable in the long run.
yeah, it's like you're just gonna go very long without it if you just keep sexting. It's like, like blue balls,
Sexting regularly leads to unrealistic sexual expectations.
So I said somewhat disagree because I feel like it doesn't lead to unrealistic real life sexual experiences. And in fact, I think it can enhance it. Like sexting can be a way for you to test out if you have a certain kink, like power play or something. It could even be easier to open up that conversation through sexting rather than dive straight into sex and the sexual activity itself.
You never know until you try it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I sort of agree with Shirin also. I think it helps enhances it, but I sort of interpreted the question a bit differently because I feel like for sexting, right, there's a very high level of like communication between you and your partner, right? You tell your partner, oh, I want XYZ. Then your partner replies with, oh, I enjoy XYZ. I'm doing YYY to you. And for me, like good sex, right, requires that sort of communication between you and your partner.
The reason why I say agree is more because like if the frequency of you sexting is higher than the frequency of you actually having the physical sex, then yeah, maybe it might lead to unrealistic expectations.
So I would agree because, right, some people can be really creative with their words. But when it comes to execution, right, it's like,
You sound like a man who has been disappointed before.
Yeah, and it's worse when they are, when couple haven't had sex and they start sexing regularly. So they start building expectation already. So the girl or the guy either have some sort of thinking in their mind whereby, oh, this when we have sex, this is going to happen. But when they actually do have sex, right, like something not so good happened, and either party will be left wondering like, what happened? I thought we talked this out already. I thought this is what we do to each other, and yet something different happened.
But don't you
That's
feel
why I
like,
say,
like then in this case, the couple should talk to each other about it, about their expectations, or what makes them
having a
feel
heart to
real.
heart talk about sexual expectation is a bit weird. Like, sitting down together and talk to each other about, how can we improve our sex seems a bit weird to me. Like,
Is it?
I don't know. I mean, like,
Depends
I've
on
never done that before. I mean, like, but isn't sex like non-verbal communication? Like, if you do something wrong, right, you're down there confirm got reaction or what? Like, after you had sex, do you like sit down with your partner and talk about the sex? Or
Actually,
don't answer?
yes. Yes, I do.
So it's like a review session. What went wrong? What is good? What is not good? What can be improved?
I mean, not like, don't make it like so like such a structured thing, like we run an event, then like every time finish, die must sit down and talk about it. It's like after, let's say, sex, right, then we can just talk about it anytime we want, or like, oh, just now, or like, yesterday's sex, I actually wanted to say something, or something like, oh, so actually I noticed that something. Like we don't view it as a taboo topic or like a topic that we avoid.
even during, I feel that communication is necessary, but we don't have to be scared of like communication. Like I don't think communication is always such a formal thing. It's as easy as, how does this feel? Do you like it? I mean, if the sex is amazing from the get-go, then that's great. No communication required. That's amazing. Rare though. I feel like that's rare.
Once a relationship is over, all nudes should be deleted immediately.
You know, after a breakup, there must be some time to like gather your emotions, like, you know, there must be a period of moving on. And this moving on might mean that you will have to keep revisiting like old conversations, old photographs, old videos, anything. If like your partner requests you to delete everything like immediately after a relationship is over, I feel it's like not giving you time to slowly get over it.
I don't think we should wait until a relationship is over, then we should delete the nudes, but rather after you see the nudes, pleasure yourself already, then you can delete the nudes already. What for you keep, you know? There's no purpose in keeping the nude inside your photo gallery. If you want a new one, you know, just ask for a new one, you know, ask again, pleasure yourself again, delete again, and the cycle goes on and on.
So you're saying that all these pictures must be short term lah, basically. Whenever someone sends a new one, just use it and then delete after you're finished.
Yeah.
Like,
for me, short term is like 1 day, like, you don't take 2 days to pleasure yourself. That's like literally impossible. So after you pleasure yourself, delete it.
But I feel like it's not something that we can have control or a say over. Like you might think that, they don't have a right to own my photo after we broke up. But the thing is, they might show it to you, see, I deleted it. But then, you know, you might never know they have like multiple copies of your nude photos online or somewhere, right?
I think that one is action and consequences again. So you can never be sure of what other people will do to your photo.
Significant others have the responsibility to keep risky messages and images private.
I think firstly as like my partner, right, you should exercise responsibility in terms of like you shouldn't be spreading private images of us to the public. So I've heard of instances where like people would share like pictures of their girlfriends, boyfriends, and then they would like sell the pictures or they'll post in Telegram chats. Then everyone would be exposed to them.
I feel like it's a breach of trust that if you send your partner like an intimate picture of yourself to them and then they show it to their friends. Because I feel like, you know, you have that responsibility. If I send something to you means I trust you, right? And I don't want anyone else seeing but you lah.
You know, I got some close friend of mine which we really share about every single thing. So I actually do share some of my private messages with me and my partner together with them, and they likewise share the same messages to me as well. But it's like common sense thing that we don't go outside telling people what each other have done.
So you're just sharing about your sex life with your friend, right? But sexting is just one of the aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then I would agree that that's fine, because if you feel close to someone, you would share intimate details about your life with them and your sexual experiences with them. I feel like that's very valid to share with your friends. But if I were to like bring it down to specifically like a photo, if I'm sending something to somebody, my intention is that this photo is only intended for your eyes.
But then at the same time, you know, it's about a trust issue. So I think at the end of the day, it's still like your own responsibility to make sure that your images don't go out of hand. So for instance, not putting your face in the picture.
Thank you for watching this episode. It was really interesting to listen to the different attitudes people have about sexting, either in their relationship or through people you meet on the internet, I guess.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow our Instagram and Facebook. To join our future episode, click the link below and we'll see you next week.